Hello, community out there. Um, we're here to say hello, and we are talking about feet today because these little things are superbly important in how we live as bipedal creatures on the earth. So a lot of people come to movement classes and expect to be moved through their spine and through all their joints, but suddenly when you go to the feet, people forget that that's a very, very big part of how we look at the health of things like your knee or your pelvis or your spine and all sorts of things like that. You know, I'm not here to talk about conditions of the feet, which can be of a negative nature. I'm always here to teach you about things of optimal health and the way our feet and other parts of our body were designed to be efficient and function. So I use a lot of things and tools in the studio to help, which is always beneficial, and maybe you have some of these at home and maybe you don't, so I'm going to give you a couple of variations. The first thing is I always use my Franklin method balls, and this is a smooth orange one. There are other different types. We've got a green textured one, we've got a little knobbly one. Some people prefer a spiky ball. It doesn't matter, as long as you're just putting that on the surface of your foot and rubbing your foot on the ground and just getting some stimulation to the undersurface of your foot. That's all that's really required. So the under part of your foot, if it becomes a little gnarled and sort of contracted, well, that's not going to give you a really wide base of support. And you know, when we're standing on our feet, isn't that what we want? We want a really good foundation to be having all of the structure of your body above it. So just rubbing your feet out on a ball is great. I have many people that have used a tennis ball or a golf ball in the past. It all depends on your level of comfort of what you enjoy underneath the foot. The foot is an incredible, sensitive area of our body. It's always awake. It's always tuning into what's happening. And you know this if you've ever had a stone or a pebble in your shoe. It's something that you really need to get rid of quite quickly. You could tolerate like an itch or a scratch on a clothing label or something for a lot longer than you'll be able to tolerate a stone or something of discomfort in your shoe. You could use bands. Again, I use my Franklin method bands, and there are plenty of exercises that we love to do for that. If anyone would like some more information on that, just send a message down below and I will give you some exercises that you can do with a band. It doesn't have to be a Franklin method band, it can be just a TheraBand. But then my favorite thing is, and this is what's so important, is sometimes you may not have access to tools and equipment, which is, you know, what we're talking about here, but you always have access to things that are part of you, like your hands. And your hands and your feet are actually very similar in their makeup. So Bear's choosing to be on my lap while I do this demonstration, so I'm just going to have to push him off a little bit. And all that is required is getting in touch with your feet and just giving it a spread, giving it a little bit of a movement where the toe join is, so all the knuckles here, this is important for it to be wriggling backward and forward, getting separation of your toes, pulling them apart, maybe twisting them, maybe just touching them, giving yourself a massage on the under portion of your foot, rubbing your heel and your forefoot in opposite directions, so twisting. This is very important. This is what happens when we walk. So it's really good to just get that feeling of what's going on. And your foot can withstand a lot of pressure, so don't hold back on things. Obviously never cause yourself pain or discomfort, but you can really get into that feeling. And simply just by touching that area, I've now awakened my brain and I've awakened my nervous system, and my brain is sensing where my foot is and a lot more in tune. And if I had to compare my two sides, I would notice the color has changed between the 2 feet already. The foot that I just worked on was this one. Feels a little broader and wider. It already feels different. It's sort of loosened up here at the top of my ankle even, and then this side you can see is slightly different, and it's sort of shouting out at me to say, please can I have that same delicious treatment you gave the other side. So that's just a little tidbit of information for you. You don't need to know 100% what you're doing. You just need to touch your feet and make sure that your nervous system is saying hello and connecting to the lower part of your body. Anyway, that's all I had to share with you today. I hope you enjoy it, and yeah, have a wonderful afternoon wherever you are. See you all soon. Bye.